I'm sort of by candlelight right now because for the last 2 days they have turned the power off in order to change the poles around our neighborhood. I'm kind of in the dark. And honestly, I could have recorded this earlier for sure. I was just working on some other projects, so I didn't. But that's okay. We're gonna persevere. We're going to make some pieces, which I'm actually really excited about. My air dry lamps that I've been thinking about making for a while. I've wanted to get into making lamps with clay, and I'm going to make some prototypes today with air dry clay just to kind of see how it's going to fit together. Are there things that I need to change when I make it with real clay? Also, I think it'll be really cool to make like mini versions of the lamps. I'm bringing you along to check that out. I'm also eating some leftover pancake from breakfast that I had with my parents yesterday because, again, there was no power here. So it was nice that they took me out for breakfast. I can't heat anything up. So I'm kind of limited with what I can eat. But let's get started. I'm using this Crayola, I believe it's Crayola. Yeah, Crayola air dry clay. We got it at Michael's. You can get it on Amazon. This is 2.5 pounds or 1.1 kilogram. I used this for another project and a workshop that I was doing last year in the summer. So I have a bunch left over, and that's what I'm gonna use to make the lamps. These are my little sketches. Let's start making some stuff. The way that I'm gonna do this is through hand building, rolling the clay out. Air dry clay works a little bit different. It's a little bit more dry and not as malleable as real clay. But what I'm actually excited about is painting air dry clay because you can use acrylic paint, and I have a bunch that I bought and silver acrylic paint that I'm excited to use. Okay, let's get started. So I'm gonna make the base of my first piece, which is going to kind of be this shape. You can see how dry it gets so quickly. This table is specifically for pottery. I have canvas on here, which makes it pretty easy to work with, and the clay and air dry clay don't stick to it. I have to move this. I haven't worked with any sort of pottery clay in a really, really long time. I had started to make, I think I mentioned it in another video, I had started to make something before and ended up breaking it because I didn't work on it further. Let's see, is this... I guess that's kind of a decent size if it's like this. And because I broke it, I had to reclaim it. So basically throwing it in with other clay pieces. And I haven't touched clay since. And I miss it. It is a really great medium. Although this is not real clay, it still has the same vibe. I'm going to take little bits of this air dry clay to make slip, which I'm going to need to attach pieces together. And I guess I will use this. Although this is crazy hard to wedge, which is what I'm doing here, because it's quite dry, because I've had it there since last year. It might be helpful when I actually start to put this together. What I love about this medium is you can pretty much make one thing per day. Like, it won't be finished, but you can pretty much make the whole piece in one day, and it's just like having the satisfaction of finishing something is very rewarding for me as someone who works on many different projects, and I tend to not see a fully finished project right away because it takes a lot of steps to finish. So pottery kind of makes that worth it, even though the rest of the process is tedious as heck. I think this should be good. This is going to be the walls of my piece. I might have to add more coils to make the top, but I think so far I don't want it to be too thin because it has to support itself and the piece that goes above. So that's my other concern. So it doesn't quite fit around, which sucks. So I'll need to roll it out a smidge more. All right. Just a slight overlap, which is fine. Let's get ready to attach this. Scoring the bottom here around my base. So this helps to be able to attach the two clay bodies together. But again, like I said, I think because this air dry clay is a little bit on the drier side, it's actually going to be to my benefit that it will stick together quickly with just a little bit of slip, and also that it will stay standing up. That is the one thing that is helpful. If I were to be doing this with regular clay, I think it wouldn't be as easy to do because regular clay is more wet. I'm washing my slip that's been soaking in a bit of water to try to make it into mud, essentially. That's what slip is, very liquidy mud. But because air dry clay is not real, it's not as water soluble. It takes much more time to break down. In the meantime, it's just going to be a little bit more thick, which is fine. So I'm applying the slip to all the cracks that I just made. The scoring is basically what it's called. Trying to see how fast I can do this actually, because if I can get one lamp done today, that's pretty sick. I'll be really happy with that. Okay, that is done. Let's attach. So you can see it's right along the edge. I'm gonna turn on this lamp actually, because so now I gotta push this in and this in as well. I'm going to score along this edge because there will need to be an overlap. And I'm doing a crisscross scoring here because there's more surface area, and I'm going to do it along here on this side. So basically anywhere where you're going to attach pieces together, you are going to want to score. The overlap. Oh, I think I overlapped wrong, but whatever. So you're going to see the bottom is like this. I'm going to start to push these together because I don't want them to detach. And I'm going to start smoothing out inside of this. My bad. If what we had was good, how come you don't call me anymore? Ooh, anymore. Still at the fire on a rainy night. Everybody said that we should never part. No, no. So I came downstairs after day 2 of making my prototype, and I wanted to let it dry a little bit and just kind of like hold itself, because I had added some more clay and I needed to go cook before going on our date night, and this is what I came down to. So it tore all on both sides and pieces fell off, and this plastic that I kind of had in front came out. So I don't really know what this means. I don't have time to fix it right now. I have to go get ready, so I'm kind of bummed about this. Damn. Oh well, what can I do? Hello friends, it's another day, and from the last clip you would have seen that my piece cracked, which I'm pretty bummed about. Later the next day, or even later that day, I saw this, and if you saw the previous clip, it used to be straight. So now I'm trying to decide whether or not I would have to start from scratch. 2, do I scrap this idea to do it with air dry clay and just go straight into doing it with regular clay, since I think it might not have this situation happen. Mind you, I don't hand build all the time, so it could just be my technique, it could be so many factors. It was too heavy, I don't know. I think in the midst of trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna leave the video here, but I'm gonna show you, I want to reveal what happened here. So let's actually take a look together. Oh, it really broke. It was like really. Oh, it like just broke into pieces. That's so weird. So these were all the pieces that were like inside, kind of supporting the piece in place, but it literally has just, it kind of just like fell apart from what I see here. It's still kind of wet, so I don't know, I just find that very weird and interesting at the same time. The thing with air dry clay too, it's like it's not real, necessarily natural material. So it's a little bit more finicky in other ways. And this is what's left. So this was the plastic, it was like plastic inside to support it. Okay, well, this is this. So I'm going to leave it here, but not on a bad note, okay? Because when things happen and don't go the way that we want, it's okay. Yes, it's frustrating and annoying, and clearly I don't have the piece that I wanted, but it just means I need to work on my design and approach it in a different way. Maybe I made it too narrow and it needs to be a little bit wider at the base to support the heavy round component of my little lamp. So that's fine. I'm going to clean up the situation and then I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna make it much smaller, so probably like this size versus like this size, and we'll go from there. I hope you enjoyed this video, the experience of trying to build something from scratch with air dry clay. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this, and we'll see you in the next video, the next creative days that I put together. Bye.